Welcome to my equipment guide for the Flametree set. This is not the same as the Firewalker set. The names look similar, but this is a completely different set. This set cannot be crafted. If you go to one of your crafters and select it, you will see that it's not here. You cannot craft these pieces of equipment. And currently can only be found in the dungeons of Season 1.2, The Broken Tree. There is no variant currently, so this is the only place where you can find the different pieces of equipment. Now, one important thing to know about this set is that it's one of the 3 sets where you can farm the Tier 4 relics. The 3 sets are the Kasduli set, the Flametree set, which is this one, and the Dreamhole set. In the Flametree Expedition Adventure, you can farm these sets, which means that, as you can see, this one is fully honed already, and I don't have any other mythic of this set, but you can basically hone the pieces of equipment for this set for free, unlike any other set where you need to spend a lot of resources to transform those tier 4 relics into the different set. So let's talk about the set bonuses first. For the 2 pieces, inflict burn on the enemy for 6 turns when 5 or more red gems are matched. This is quite useful if you're using this set with a red build, obviously, and together with the Firewalker set that also has some bonuses for when the enemies are burning. For the 4-piece set bonus, grant possess for 6 turns when 5 or more purple gems are matched. This is where the set starts going all over the place. These set pieces give bonuses to both red and purple builds, and this is where it gets a bit crazy. Yes, it is possible to make a red and purple viable build, for example with a warlock, but monochrome builds are usually better. 2 color builds are harder to pull off. And finally, for the 6 set pieces, gain plus 20% power if you are possessed, which you get from the 4 set bonus. A possessed will increase your power every turn. Again, interesting, but having to commit to all 6 pieces of equipment for just a plus 20% power, I don't think it's worth it. Now, let's talk about the individual pieces of equipment. The weapon is the Flametree Thorn. When matching color gems, there is a 10% chance to gain plus 5% power and grant possess for 2 turns. This one is only rare. If you have the mythical rarity, it will have a 25% chance, which is interesting if you're using, for example, a red build. 25% chance to gain plus 5% power and become possessed, but otherwise not a particularly good weapon. The amulet is the Flametree amulet. At the start of each turn, there is a, in the case of the mythical one, 25% chance to gain barrier if the enemy is burning. Remember that the 2 set bonus will inflict burn on your opponent. 25% chance to get barrier is not particularly good, it's not a lot, but if you're using the Flametree set, this is not a bad piece of equipment. Again, 25% is not reliable, but it is barrier, which is very good. So some defensive option you may consider if you don't have a better amulet. For the ring, gain that one is rare at maximum rarity, which is mythical. Gain 4%, 4 ultimate spell power. It says power, but it means mana. When matching 5 or more purple or red gems. If you're playing purple, go for the Knight set because it will give you, let me show you, for the 4 set bonus at mythical, there is a 75% chance to gain 10 mana for your ultimate spell when casting a regular spell. So if you're casting 4 spells per turn, this is a 70% chance for each spell to gain 10 mana. For this one is, yeah, guaranteed you will get 4 mana for your ultimate spell when matching 5 or more purple or red gems. Could be useful for a red build, but only 4 mana is not gonna really make any difference. The next one is the belt. When matching a big 5 purple or red gem, there is a 15% chance to inflict hex on the enemy for 3 turns. At maximum rarity, which is mythical, it will have a 25% chance. If you're playing purple, you can get hex with just one very simple spell, which is, let me see if I can find it here. No, this one is darkness. I'm looking for, where are you? I don't see the spell. I don't know why. Let me filter out and in. Sometimes there is a visual glitch and some spells do not show up. Is it this one? Yeah, Channel Darkness. Couldn't see it. Sorry about that. Channel Darkness will give you a chance to hex the enemy. And it also creates purple gems. And hex, what it does is the mirror image of blind. Blind reduces physical damage. Hex reduces magical damage by half. So if you're using a purple build, not worth it. If you're using a red build, 20% chance, I mean, 25, excuse me, for mythical is not the best option. Yeah, it's a decent defensive option for red builds, which usually don't have many defensive options. Red builds are usually pure offense. But yeah, another mediocre piece of equipment. Next, the shoulder slot, which are the Flametree pauldrons. At the start of the turn, if possessed, gain 1.5% of starting armor. At maximum rarity is 2.5% of starting armor. Another interesting defensive piece of equipment, but again, there are better options. If you're using, for example, the Fallen, I don't know if I have one. Yes. After taking damage, gain a percentage of starting armor and resistance for each skull on the board. So yeah, if you can trigger possessed with a 4-set bonus, the Flametree pauldrons can be decent, but otherwise it's just a gimmick. It's good to have some kind of armor regeneration outside of pants, pants is usually the slot where you get the armor regeneration with the bone leg armor or the buccaneer breeches, or if you're playing green, the serpentine pants. So it's good to have it outside of the pants, but again, all the pieces of equipment that I mentioned are meh. They can be okay situationally, but not particularly good. And finally, the Flametree helm. This is a great helm if you can get the mythic version when you start, because it will give you 14 starting mana for purple and red spells. So if you're using a red build or a purple build as well, but mainly for red builds, is excellent. However, another great piece of equipment for your head uh, slot is the Dark Helm that will give you haste at the start of the turn, and haste will increase the amount of mana that you get from gems by 50%. So very good situationally again, and very cheap or almost free to hone to maximum like this one, as you can see. But otherwise, yeah, all the pieces of equipment in this set are okay, not awesome, and the set bonuses are again okay, not awesome. So yeah, situationally good, especially when you combine it with other pieces of equipment from the Flametree, excuse me, from the Firewalker set. They can be useful, but otherwise a gimmick set, but not particularly good. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.